Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day you decide to rebuild your life. You see, rebuilding isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about transforming what's been holding you back into a force of strength, power, and purpose. It's not about returning to who you were. It's about becoming who you are meant to be. This is the moment to embrace the power within you and step into a new chapter with a renewed heart and a transformed mind. Transformation is not an event, it is a process. It is a journey that requires patience, commitment, and a willingness to step into the unknown. To rebuild yourself, you must first embrace the fact that change takes time. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. In fact, it often feels like you're moving backward before you ever begin to move forward. But trust me, what feels like a setback is often a setup for something greater. We live in a world that glorifies instant gratification. We want results now, whether it's success, happiness, or achievement. We scroll through social media and see others reaching milestones seemingly effortlessly, and we start to think that transformation should be quick and easy. But the truth is, transformation requires deep work and deep time. And you have to trust the process, even when you can't see immediate results. The reason most people give up too soon is because they don't understand the power of the process. They don't understand that the struggle, the frustration, and the uncertainty are all part of the journey. These are the moments that shape you, that test you, that mold you into the person you are becoming. If you give up when the going gets tough, you rob yourself of the very experiences that are going to make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When you begin the process of transformation, you're not just changing your actions or circumstances, you're changing your mindset. And this is where the real work begins. You must start by shedding the limiting beliefs that have held you back for years. The beliefs that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve success, or that you're too old, too young, too broken to make a change. These beliefs are rooted in fear, and fear will always keep you stuck. But when you embrace the process of transformation, you are actively choosing to believe in yourself and your potential and in the possibility of change. The journey toward transformation requires you to step outside your comfort zone. Most people resist change because it's uncomfortable. It's easy to stay in familiar territory, even if it's not serving you, because the unknown feels risky. But true growth happens outside of your comfort zone. It happens when you face your fears head on, when you challenge yourself to do what you've never done before, when you embrace the discomfort as a sign that you are on the right path. But stepping into transformation doesn't just mean facing your fears. It also means breaking free from the patterns that have kept you stuck. You see, we all have habits, behaviors, and mindsets that have become so ingrained in us that we don't even realize how much they control our lives. These habits may have served you in the past, but they no longer serve the person you're trying to become. To rebuild yourself, you have to identify these patterns and actively work to replace them with new, empowering habits. This can feel daunting because it requires change at a deep level. It's not just about doing things differently, it's about thinking differently. It's about rewiring your brain to align with your new goals, your new vision, and your new identity. And this doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, consistency, and a great deal of patience with yourself. You will stumble, you will fall, and there will be moments when you feel like you're not making any progress. But the key is to keep going. As long as you keep putting in the work, transformation is happening beneath the surface, even if you can't see it yet. In the process of transformation, you will also face resistance not just from external forces, but from within yourself. The old version of you, the one that feels safe and familiar, will try to keep you trapped in the past. This part of you will tell you that change is too hard, that it's easier to stay the same, that you'll never be able to accomplish what you set out to do. But you must learn to silence these inner voices. You must learn to trust that the discomfort you feel is simply a sign that you are growing. Every time you push through that resistance, you move closer to the new version of yourself that is waiting to emerge. Another key to embracing the process of transformation is the willingness to fail. Many people fear failure, but the truth is, failure is not the end, it is part of the process. In fact, failure is often one of the greatest teachers. It's through failure that you learn what doesn't work, that you refine your approach, and that you build the resilience necessary for long-term success. Every failure brings you one step closer to your breakthrough. You may not see it in the moment, but each setback, each obstacle, and each failure is simply the universe redirecting you to a better path. As you go through the process of rebuilding yourself, it's important to remember that transformation is not linear. There will be ups and downs, periods of rapid growth followed by periods of stagnation. But this is normal. Growth isn't always a steady climb. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. What matters is that you keep moving, keep growing, and keep believing in the process. Even when you don't feel like you're making progress, you are. The small, everyday decisions you make are compounding and leading you toward your transformation. Finally, embracing the process of transformation means embracing your own power. It's about recognizing that you have everything within you to create the life you desire. Transformation requires courage, the courage to change, the courage to face your fears, and the courage to keep going when things get tough. But you are capable of it. You were born for this. You have the strength to transform yourself no matter where you're starting from. So as you begin this journey of rebuilding yourself, understand that transformation is not a quick fix. It is a process that requires your commitment, your patience, and your faith. But every step you take brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. Embrace the process, trust the journey, and know that in time, the changes you seek will unfold, not just in your life, but in your very being. Letting go of the old is one of the hardest yet most necessary steps in rebuilding yourself. It means releasing what no longer serves you, shedding layers of the past that have weighed you down, and stepping into a future that is free from the constraints of yesterday. It's not an easy task, and it often requires an emotional and mental shift that can feel uncomfortable. But until you make the decision to let go, you cannot fully embrace the life that is waiting for you. The first thing you need to understand is that letting go is not about erasing the past or pretending that it never happened. It's not about forgetting the lessons, the memories, or the people who were part of your journey. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning who you were, but rather it means accepting that who you were no longer defines who you are becoming. The past has served its purpose. It has shaped you, taught you, and brought you to this moment. But it is time to release its grip on you. One of the hardest things to let go of is the old version of yourself, the version that no longer aligns with your goals, your values, and your dreams. This could be the version of you that lived in fear, that was stuck in comfort zones, that didn't believe in your own potential, or that allowed limiting beliefs to guide your actions. The person you were is not the person you are destined to be. But in order to step into the fullness of who you are meant to become, you must release the identity that no longer serves you. This process of letting go begins with confronting the stories you've been telling yourself. We all have narratives that we carry with us, stories about our worth, our capabilities, and our place in the world. These stories are often rooted in past experiences, past failures, and past disappointments. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough. Maybe you failed at something and that failure became your identity. Maybe you were hurt by others and you allowed that pain to define you. But the truth is, these stories are not your truth. They are just experiences. They do not dictate your future unless you allow them to. To let go of the old, you must rewrite the stories you've been living by. You must change the narrative from one of limitation to one of possibility. This means challenging the beliefs that have been holding you back. It means questioning the thoughts that say you are incapable, unworthy, or too broken to change. Letting go of the old means choosing to believe in a new story, one where you are powerful, capable, and deserving of every good thing that life has to offer. Another aspect of letting go is releasing old habits and patterns that no longer serve you. Habits are powerful forces. They dictate much of our daily actions, whether we realize it or not. But many of our habits are formed in response to past experiences, and they are often rooted in fear, insecurity, or negative beliefs about ourselves. These habits can be small, like procrastination or self-sabotage, or they can be larger, like toxic relationships or a job that drains your soul. Whatever the habit, it's time to evaluate whether it's helping you grow or holding you back. Letting go of these habits requires a willingness to break free from the comfort of what's familiar. Change is difficult because it requires you to step into the unknown. But if you continue to hold on to old habits, you will continue to get the same results. If you want a different outcome in your life, you must be willing to create different habits. This might mean learning new ways to manage your time, setting boundaries in your relationships, or adopting a healthier lifestyle. It might mean giving up distractions or habits of self-doubt. Whatever it is, you must make the conscious choice to leave behind what's familiar if you want to grow into the person you were meant to be. Letting go also involves releasing toxic relationships. Relationships are one of the most influential aspects of our lives, both for good and for ill. We are deeply affected by the people we surround ourselves with. And if you are surrounded by negativity, criticism, or people who don't have your best interests at heart, it can be nearly impossible to grow and rebuild yourself. Toxic relationships drain your energy, limit your potential, and reinforce the very beliefs you're trying to let go of. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to distance yourself from people who have been in your life for a long time, but who no longer serve your growth. Letting go of these relationships is not a rejection of the person, but a recognition that you need to prioritize your own well-being. It's about setting boundaries, choosing peace over drama, and choosing love for yourself over loyalty to people who may be holding you back. Releasing toxic relationships frees up space for healthier, more supportive connections, relationships that inspire, uplift, and encourage you to become the best version of yourself. Lastly, letting go of the old means releasing the fear that holds you back. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to transformation. Fear keeps you stuck in your comfort zone, afraid of the unknown and unwilling to take risks. But fear only has power over you if you allow it. To let go of fear is to trust yourself and trust the process of growth. It's about knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. It's about realizing that the fear of failure, rejection, or pain is smaller than the desire for progress, success, and fulfillment. Letting go of fear is a daily practice. It's a decision to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. It's about shifting your focus from what could go wrong to what could go right. It's about trusting that you are equipped with everything you need to face whatever challenges come your way. The more you let go of fear, the more you open yourself up to possibility, growth, and success. When you choose to let go of the old, you make room for the new. You make room for the version of yourself who is confident, courageous, and determined. You make room for the dreams you've been too afraid to pursue, for the opportunities you've been too hesitant to seize, and for the life you've been too scared to live. Letting go is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process. Every time you feel yourself holding on to the old, whether it's an old belief, an old habit, or an old relationship, you must make the conscious choice to release it, knowing that doing so is creating space for something better. The life you are building requires that you let go of everything that no longer serves you. It's time to release the past and step into the future with open arms and an open heart. Let go of the old and watch as the new begins to unfold before you. Self-discovery and clarity are the foundation upon which all meaningful transformation is built. Without them, you can't truly know who you are or what you're capable of achieving. The process of self-discovery is not something that happens by chance. It's a conscious, intentional journey that requires deep introspection and a willingness to face the parts of yourself that you've hidden or ignored. It's the process of uncovering your true essence, your values, your purpose, your strengths, and your desires. And clarity is the lens through which you see your life clearly, understanding what you need to do, who you need to become, and where you need to go. The first step in self-discovery is learning to be honest with yourself. Many of us live in a world of distractions, constantly focused on what others think, what society expects, and what is considered acceptable. As a result, we lose touch with our own truth. We start to believe in the narratives that others write for us rather than the one we are meant to write for ourselves. To discover who you truly are, you must quiet the noise around you and turn inward. You need to ask yourself difficult questions. What do I really want? What makes me feel alive? What do I value most? These are not easy questions to answer, but they are the gateway to understanding your deepest desires and untapped potential. Self-discovery involves peeling back the layers that have accumulated over the years. It requires digging beneath the surface to understand the patterns, beliefs, and experiences that have shaped you. This is where it can get uncomfortable. Sometimes when we dig too deep, we uncover things that we don't want to face: old wounds, unresolved trauma, or painful memories. But self-discovery is not about running from these things, it's about embracing them. It's about understanding that everything you've been through has led you to this point, and that through it all, you are becoming stronger and more aware of who you are. You may uncover aspects of yourself that are surprising. You may realize that certain behaviors, habits, or relationships no longer align with your true self. Or perhaps you will discover untapped talents, passions, and strengths that you never knew existed. This process is about more than just identifying weaknesses or areas of improvement. It's about acknowledging the full spectrum of who you are. There is power in recognizing both your light and your shadow because they are two sides of the same coin. Together, they make you whole. As you begin to understand yourself more deeply, clarity starts to emerge. Clarity comes from knowing exactly who you are and where you want to go. It's the result of removing the distractions and external pressures that cloud your vision and allow you to see the path forward with confidence. And when you have clarity, decisions become easier because you know what aligns with your values and your vision for your life. You no longer feel lost or uncertain about your next steps. You have a clear sense of direction, and the fog begins to lift. You know where you're headed and why. But clarity doesn't come instantly. It's earned through reflection, introspection, and patience. It requires taking the time to step back and evaluate your life without judgment. Too often, we rush through life making decisions based on fear, pressure, or external expectations, rather than on a clear understanding of who we are. But when you take the time to slow down and reflect, you give yourself the space to gain clarity about your goals, your desires, and your purpose. The answers won't come all at once, but with consistent effort, you will begin to see the threads of your life come together. You will start to connect the dots between your past experiences, your current reality, and your future possibilities. One of the greatest gifts of self-discovery and clarity is the ability to align your actions with your purpose. When you know who you are and what you stand for, you can make choices that are in harmony with your values and goals. No longer will you be swayed by the opinions of others or feel pressured to follow paths that aren't in alignment with your true self. You will have the courage to live authentically, to pursue the dreams that light you up, and to step into your potential with confidence. However, clarity also requires a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. In the process of self-discovery, you may come to the realization that certain beliefs, habits, or relationships are holding you back from reaching your full potential. You may need to release old versions of yourself, outgrown goals, or toxic influences that hinder your growth. Clarity doesn't just give you vision, it also gives you the discernment to know what to keep and what to release. The more you align with your true self, the more you will naturally be drawn to people, places, and opportunities that resonate with your purpose. At the heart of self-discovery is the acceptance that you are a work in progress. There is no finish line in this journey. Life is a continuous process of growth, evolution, and learning. The clearer you become about who you are and what you want, the more you will realize that this process never stops. Every new experience, every challenge you face, and every success you achieve is another opportunity to learn more about yourself. And with each layer of discovery, your clarity will deepen and your sense of purpose will grow stronger. Sometimes self-discovery can feel overwhelming because we are constantly changing. As we learn more about ourselves, our desires and goals evolve. What was once important to you may no longer hold the same significance. This is natural and part of the process of growth. The more you embrace who you are, the more you realize that change is not something to fear, but something to celebrate. Your clarity will guide you through these changes, giving you the strength to adapt and evolve while staying true to yourself. When you embark on the journey of self-discovery, remember that clarity is not just about knowing what you want, it's about knowing who you are. It's about understanding the values that drive you, the passions that fuel you, and the purpose that guides you. It's about shedding the illusions that have held you back and embracing the truth of who you've always been. With self-discovery and clarity, you no longer live life by accident, you live it by design, with intention and a sense of direction that empowers every step you take. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to rise above challenges, and to keep moving forward despite the obstacles life throws at you. It is not simply about surviving difficult circumstances, but about emerging stronger, wiser, and more determined. In a world full of uncertainties, resilience is one of the most important qualities you can develop to ensure your growth and success. So without resilience, it's easy to become overwhelmed by setbacks and failures, but with it, you find the strength to continue pursuing your dreams no matter the difficulties. At the core of resilience is the mindset that challenges are not roadblocks, but stepping stones on the path to growth. Life is unpredictable, and it's not always smooth sailing. There will be moments of doubt, disappointment, and failure. But rather than viewing these moments as the end of the road, resilient individuals see them as opportunities for learning. Each failure carries with it a lesson, each setback a chance to reevaluate and adjust. When you begin to adopt this perspective, the struggles you face lose their power to defeat you. Instead, they become part of the story of your success. Building resilience starts with understanding that pain, hardship, and failure are inevitable parts of life. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned, especially when you've invested time, energy, and passion into something. But the key to resilience is not avoiding pain or disappointment, but learning how to cope with it effectively. It's about acknowledging that suffering is part of the human experience and choosing to rise above it rather than be consumed by it. The more you accept the inevitability of setbacks, the more you equip yourself to handle them when they arise. One of the essential elements of resilience is emotional regulation. Life can be overwhelming at times, and in the face of adversity, emotions can run high. Fear, anger, frustration, and sadness can cloud your judgment and make it hard to move forward. Resilient individuals learn how to manage their emotions in a healthy way. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings, but rather acknowledging and processing them. It's about finding ways to stay grounded and calm in the midst of chaos so you can think clearly and take effective action. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, or other techniques to regulate your emotions, you can maintain a sense of balance even when things feel out of control. Another vital aspect of resilience is adaptability. Life is constantly changing, and you can't always predict what will happen next. But resilient people are flexible. They don't become rigid in their expectations or plans. Instead, they learn how to adjust to new circumstances and make the best of what they have. This adaptability often requires letting go of control and accepting that not everything will go as planned. When you hold on to an idealized vision of how things should be, you set yourself up for disappointment. But when you learn to adapt and find solutions, even in the face of unexpected changes, you build the mental flexibility necessary for long-term resilience. Resilience also involves developing a strong sense of purpose. When you know why you are doing something, it becomes easier to persevere through tough times. And having a clear vision of your goals and a strong commitment to your values gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward, even when the journey gets difficult. Your sense of purpose acts as a guiding light, helping you stay focused on the bigger picture and reminding you that the challenges you face are temporary. It's easy to lose sight of your goals when things aren't going well, but if you've built a strong foundation based on your deeper values and purpose, you can tap into that energy whenever you need to keep moving forward. One of the most important aspects of resilience is learning to cultivate a positive mindset. This doesn't mean ignoring the reality of difficult situations, but rather choosing to focus on the possibilities instead of the problems. Resilient people have a way of finding the silver lining even in the darkest moments. They understand that while they can't control everything that happens to them, they can control how they respond. It's about choosing hope over despair, perseverance over giving up, and optimism over pessimism. The more you focus on the positive, the more you strengthen your ability to stay resilient in the face of adversity. Another key to developing resilience is building a support system. No one can go through life's challenges alone. Having a network of friends, family, mentors, or colleagues who can offer support, guidance, and encouragement is crucial for maintaining resilience. These people help remind you that you are not alone in your struggles, and they provide a source of strength when your own reserves are low. Resilience doesn't mean doing everything on your own. It means knowing when to ask for help and allowing others to lift you up. Sometimes just knowing that someone believes in you can make all the difference when you feel like giving up. Resilience also requires self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go according to plan. You may start to doubt your abilities, question your decisions, or feel like a failure. But resilience is about treating yourself with kindness during tough times. It's about understanding that you are human and that mistakes and setbacks are part of the journey. When you show yourself compassion, you give yourself permission to fail without letting it define you. This Self-compassion fuels your ability to rise again because you know that each failure is just a lesson, not a permanent reflection of your worth or capabilities. One of the most powerful ways to build resilience is by taking action. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or stuck when faced with challenges, but the key to building resilience is to take small, consistent steps forward, no matter how difficult they may seem. Action creates momentum, and momentum fuels resilience. Even when things aren't perfect, taking action keeps you moving toward your goals and prevents you from falling into a state of paralysis. Whether it's taking care of yourself emotionally, seeking help, or finding creative solutions to problems, taking consistent action helps you build confidence and inner strength. Resilience is not something you are born with. It is something that can be cultivated. It is the result of developing the right mindset, habits, and coping strategies. Life will always present challenges, but with resilience, you can navigate them with strength, grace, and perseverance. Building resilience requires patience and practice, but the more you develop it, the more you will find that you can face anything life throws at you. It's about learning to rise each time you fall, to find strength in vulnerability, and to believe in yourself even when the world seems to be against you. The people you surround yourself with play a significant role in shaping who you are, what you believe, and the actions you take. Every individual in your life has an influence on you, whether positive or negative. The energy, attitudes, and mindsets of those you spend the most time with can either propel you toward your goals or hold you back. When you surround yourself with positive influences, you create an environment that fosters growth, motivation, and success. These influences shape the way you think about yourself, your potential, and your future. To truly rebuild yourself and reach your full potential, it's vital to be intentional about the people you allow into your inner circle. Positive influences can take many forms. They may come in the shape of family members who uplift and support you, friends who encourage you to chase your dreams, mentors who offer wisdom and guidance, or colleagues who inspire you through their work ethic and drive. Positive influences are people who challenge you to be better, who see the best in you, and who help you see the best in yourself. They offer constructive feedback, cheer you on through tough times, and remind you of your worth when you forget. Surrounding yourself with these individuals creates a culture of encouragement and possibility. One of the most important aspects of surrounding yourself with positive influence is choosing people who lift you up rather than drag you down. It's easy to stay around people who are negative, complacent, or constantly discouraged, but their attitudes can be contagious. If you surround yourself with individuals who focus on problems rather than solutions, who dwell on the worst-case scenarios rather than the possibilities, you begin to absorb that energy. Negative people often feed on fear and doubt, which can stifle your own growth. They may tell you why things won't work or remind you of every reason why you should give up. Over time, their pessimism can seep into your mindset and make you question your own potential. To counteract this, you must actively seek out people who encourage optimism and growth. Positive people see opportunities in every setback and believe in the possibility of success, even when the path is unclear. They challenge you to think bigger, aim higher, and push through adversity. They don't accept limitations, but look for ways to overcome them. Being around such people reminds you that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. When you're in an environment where possibilities are embraced, you'll find it easier to believe that you can achieve your goals, no matter how impossible they may seem. Equally important is the ability to find mentors who can guide you on your journey. Mentors offer wisdom and perspective that come from experience. They've walked the path before you, faced their own challenges, and learned valuable lessons along the way. A mentor's influence is powerful because they provide not only encouragement but also practical advice. They help you avoid mistakes, offer feedback on your decisions, and provide a sounding board when you need guidance. Their role is to help you grow and elevate you to the next level, often in ways you couldn't have done on your own. Surrounding yourself with mentors allows you to learn from their successes and their failures, fast-tracking your own growth. Is beyond mentors. It's vital to surround yourself with individuals who share your values and goals. When you are surrounded by people who align with your vision for the future, it creates a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. These individuals understand what you are striving for and support you in achieving it. They offer accountability, encouragement, and motivation when you need it most. With like-minded individuals, you can share ideas, collaborate, and celebrate each other's successes. A strong support network of people who are aligned with your goals can help you stay focused even when the road gets tough. Their belief in your potential serves as a constant reminder that you are on the right path. Moreover, positive influences also come in the form of people who challenge you to be your best self. This is not about finding people who will always tell you what you want to hear, but about surrounding yourself with individuals who have the courage to point out your weaknesses and help you grow. Constructive criticism is essential to your development, but it must come from a place of love and respect. Positive influences are those who will call you out when you're slacking, help you recognize your blind spots, and push you to rise above your excuses. They don't let you settle for mediocrity, but encourage you to reach for excellence. They know that you are capable of more and inspire you to tap into your full potential. Another key component of surrounding yourself with positive influence is protecting your peace. The energy you absorb from the people around you affects your emotional and mental state. If you constantly find yourself drained, stressed, or emotionally exhausted after spending time with certain individuals, it's a sign that their influence is not positive. Negative energy, gossip, drama, and toxicity can all wear down your sense of well-being and cloud your judgment. It's crucial to evaluate your relationships and remove yourself from environments that are harmful to your mental and emotional health. Protecting your peace means setting boundaries with people who bring negativity into your life. It's about creating space for those who uplift, inspire, and encourage you to grow into the person you're meant to become. Furthermore, the people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your habits and behaviors. If you're around people who are committed to their personal growth, practicing healthy habits, and maintaining positive lifestyles, you are more likely to adopt those same habits. Positive influences inspire you to take better care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. They encourage you to eat well, exercise, read, meditate, and take time for self-care. They remind you of the importance of rest and reflection, and they help you maintain balance as you work toward your goals. When you're surrounded by individuals who prioritize growth, it becomes easier for you to do the same. Building a circle of positive influence is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires you to be intentional about the relationships you nurture and the environments you place yourself in. As you grow and evolve, you'll find that some relationships will naturally fall away while others will deepen. The key is to consistently evaluate the people in your life and ask yourself whether they are contributing to your growth or hindering it. Surrounding yourself with positive influences means choosing people who encourage your best self, who believe in your dreams, and who challenge you to become the person you are meant to be. Ultimately, the power of positive influence lies in the impact it has on your mindset, your behavior, and your potential. By cultivating relationships with those who inspire, challenge, and support you, you create an environment that nurtures your growth and propels you forward. You become the sum of the people you surround yourself with, and when you choose to surround yourself with positivity, you unlock your greatest potential. Trusting in your inner strength is one of the most powerful choices you can make in life. It's about tapping into the deep reservoir of power that resides within you, even when circumstances seem overwhelming or the road ahead appears uncertain. Your inner strength is the foundation upon which you can build resilience, achieve your goals, and navigate the challenges life throws at you. However, this strength doesn't just emerge on its own. It requires you to acknowledge its existence, believe in its power, and consistently rely on it, especially when faced with adversity. The first step in trusting your inner strength is recognizing that it exists within you. Too often people look outward for strength, searching for validation, approval, or encouragement from others. While external support is valuable, the real power lies in the recognition that you are capable, resourceful, and resilient all on your own. Your inner strength is not something you need to seek outside of yourself. It's always been there, waiting for you to tap into it. The challenges you face, the setbacks you encounter, and the trials you endure are opportunities to discover the depth of your strength. With every hardship you overcome, you uncover more of your capacity to handle whatever comes your way. Trusting your inner strength begins with self-awareness. You need to understand who you are, your values, your passions, your abilities, and your potential. Often people underestimate their own power because they aren't fully aware of their capabilities. Self-awareness involves getting to know yourself deeply, recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, and understanding how you respond to different situations. By embracing your full self, both the light and the shadows, you open the door to greater trust in your ability to navigate life's challenges. The more you know and accept yourself, the more you can rely on your inner strength. One of the most important aspects of trusting your inner strength is developing self-confidence. Confidence comes not from the absence of fear or uncertainty, but from the belief that you have the ability to handle whatever comes your way. It's about knowing that even when faced with difficult circumstances, you have the tools, the resilience, and the wisdom to find a solution. Self-confidence grows when you consistently take action, even in the face of doubt. Every time you push through fear and act in alignment with your goals, your confidence in your own abilities increases. Over time, these small victories build up, strengthening your trust in your capacity to handle challenges and succeed. Part of trusting your inner strength is also about cultivating a positive mindset. Your thoughts have the power to shape your reality, and when you believe in your strength, you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. A positive mindset is not about denying the difficulties you face, but about focusing on what you can control and finding solutions rather than fixating on the problems. When you trust in your inner strength, you shift from a victim mindset to a growth mindset. You believe that no matter how tough things get, you have the ability to learn, adapt, and grow from the experience. It's also important to recognize that trusting your inner strength doesn't mean you have to do everything on your own. Part of inner strength is knowing when to ask for help and when to lean on others for support. Strength doesn't come from isolation, it comes from the willingness to connect, to ask for advice, and to accept assistance when needed. Often, the most courageous people are those who are humble enough to recognize their limitations and seek help. Trusting your inner strength means having the wisdom to know when to be independent and when to rely on others. It's about knowing that your strength is not just in what you can do by yourself, but in your ability to draw on the resources around you when necessary. Another crucial aspect of trusting your inner strength is persistence. Life doesn't always unfold the way we want it to. And there will be times when the road is long and the results seem distant. However, trusting in your inner strength means having the determination to keep moving forward. Even when the journey feels uncertain, it's easy to lose faith in yourself when things aren't going your way, but the key is to persist. Persistence doesn't mean blindly continuing without a plan or purpose. It means staying committed to your goals and taking one step at a time, even when progress feels slow. Every effort you make, no matter how small, is a testament to your inner strength. Persistence builds resilience, and resilience reinforces the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. There will be times when you stumble or experience setbacks, and in those moments, it's essential to remember that your inner strength is not defined by perfection. It's easy to believe that trusting yourself means never failing, but true strength is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about how you respond to them. Failure is not the opposite of strength, it's a part of it. Each failure provides you with valuable lessons and insights that you can use to grow stronger. Trusting your inner strength means being kind to yourself in those moments of failure, understanding that it's a necessary part of the journey. When you embrace failure as a learning opportunity, it no longer has the power to undermine your confidence. Instead, it becomes fuel for your resilience and determination. Trusting in your inner strength also involves letting go of self-doubt. Doubt is one of the greatest barriers to success and personal growth. It clouds your judgment and stops you from taking action. When you doubt yourself, you are essentially denying the power that lies within you. Letting go of doubt requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, focus on what you can do right. Replace negative self-talk with affirmations of your strength and ability. When you quiet the voice of doubt, you make space for trust, belief, and confidence to flourish. Over time, as you continue to trust yourself and act with confidence, doubt will have less of a grip on you, and your inner strength will become the guiding force in your life. Ultimately, trusting your inner strength is about accepting that life will challenge you, but that you are more than capable of handling those challenges. It's about developing the courage to face obstacles head on, knowing that you have everything you need within you to succeed. Trusting your inner strength is a process of continual growth, of learning to rely on your own abilities and wisdom. It's about acknowledging that you are powerful, resilient, and resourceful, even when the world around you seems uncertain. When you trust yourself, you unlock your full potential and become unstoppable, no matter what challenges lie ahead. In the end, rebuilding yourself is an ongoing journey, one that requires you to tap into the deepest parts of who you are. Embracing the process of transformation, letting go of the old, finding clarity through self-discovery, developing resilience, surrounding yourself with positive influence, and trusting in your inner strength are all integral parts of that journey. These elements combine to create the foundation for your growth and success. Each of these aspects requires intention and commitment, but as you continue to invest in yourself and trust in your ability to overcome, you will find that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. Every challenge, setback, or failure becomes an opportunity to rebuild, to grow, and to step into the person you were always meant to be. The power to rebuild yourself lies within you, and by cultivating these principles, you unlock the potential for a life that is not just lived, but truly transformed.